I'm just going to take a moment to look at everybody, and likewise I feel really honoured today to be speaking. Thank you so much for your generosity on this Saturday afternoon. Thank you for being present, thank you for listening, thank you for staying. I feel like it's a really emotive point in the event for me to speak, so I have prepared a few words, but it's joyful being here, so thank you. As a long-serving mental health nurse in the NHS, director of With You Consultancy, specialising in peer support, and with my own personal experiences of distress, I have listened to, witnessed, and personally felt the rawness of hopelessness and despair. Within practice, I felt like I had a front row seat to the diversity of traumas and observed that it can be re-traumatising for people to simply tell and retell an account of loss or trauma. In mental health, perhaps more than other health or social care fields, people who use services are familiar with having to recount their own experiences as part of assessments and involvement in clinical care. It is commonplace to have to share your story, but do we choose to share these? And do we always feel validated and seen? It could be suggested that this has only worked in one direction. The sharing of stories has not been mutual. Professionals are often discouraged from sharing too much and are encouraged to remain separate, hiding their own stories of vulnerability, allowing only parts of our psyche that we deem safe and palatable for human sharing. This can leave us feeling stuck and cause more pain. 16 years ago, I had my own story to tell, standing on a knife's edge of losing my beautiful and fierce dragon-hearted daughter. Only seeing shades of red, blue and grey, not a pink newborn baby, but through my lens, a big, pulsating, dusky-coloured heart, all wired up. Internal, conflicting and dominating thoughts of wanting it all to stop. Not knowing if I had the courage or mental capacity within my acute distress to hold on for fear of all scenarios. Stopping would mean the suffocating silence and the heart not pumping, which would also be inconceivable. Sheltered momentarily in the kitchen area of the cardiac ward is where I experienced the power of love, faith, hope, and peer support, the mutual sharing of similar experiences. Lived experience knowledge feels unique. It's based on our experiences which form stories of multiple perspectives, feelings, and details. There is no one complete version of our story. Our personal stories change and unfold over time, with our reflections or with the responses of the people we share them with. A trauma-informed approach isn't the absence of fear, but the presence of connection. Stories are important, especially where we might not have previously told them. Shame and fear might have held us back. Once we start sharing them, our stories become catalysts to seek out more like our own, to find our people and hold hope for one another. Peer support has radical roots in activism and social justice. Traditional services have dominated mental health knowledge, but there is a growing recognition that lived experience knowledge embodied in our experiences is an equally valid form of truth. This knowledge and shared humanity is at the beating heart of this exhibition. Within the principles of post-traumatic growth and self-compassion, we need to remember and celebrate our uniqueness, our collective and collaborative knowledges. We know that stories touch, change, transform, and support a route to liberation. Peer support workers working within services like continue to lead the way in supporting people to respond to traumatic experiences in non-traumatic ways, and for people to tell their stories in ways that make them stronger. Working alongside Andy and being a participant has been a truly full-fat experience for me and incredibly soul-soothing. Red symbolises the heart. Red signifies the colour of the heart and the blood in our body. Every second of every day, our heart pumps blood into our bodies to ensure that we can continue to live our lives. We use this colour to remind us of our hearts and our health. My portrait has enriched my story and allowed me to see colour, rather than the translucent shade of blue within heart failure. It deepened my understanding of trust, being and belonging, and celebrates the fabric of Gretel's scar. I do hope you will all take this exhibition to your hearts. Thank you.